Hello, everybody. My name is Theo Morales, your host of the Gold Squadron podcast. We're coming to you from the top 8 of the Recruit Flight Club Championship. Hopefully, you're ready to have a good time on this Sunday morning. I know I am. And if you're watching later on YouTube, I want to remind you that we are live every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday here on the channel. And, of course, at special times like today when we are doing different events. This is the second day, the top cut. We're going to find out who our recruit champion is going to be here. All of the championships are hyperspace. Now, my man William Haywood's about to break down the list, and I'm going to open up those choose your champion bets. But before we do that, let me remind you, if you are watching later, put your champion in the description down below. Who do you think is going to win this game? And then reply to yourself after the game is done and let us know if it went the way you had foreseen it. All right, Will, take it away.
All right, we're going to start, flipping the script. Like it's a freaking musical here. I'm starting with the choose your champion, bet to all, Gus over here on the right side, and he's rocking Hound in the lat that can pull strain or deplete tokens and provides that fire convergence rerolls against ships in his arc. Mixed with him is a 104th Battalion pilot, and that's the generic arc, I2 arc. With him, 1, 2, 3, 4 Loyalist Volunteers. Those are the lowest generic V-Wing. Interesting new ship that I don't think we've seen grand success with, but here we find them in the top 8. And honestly, I just got shook by the lat, because I assumed that lat was always Warthog to provide a zombie-esque effect. No. That's Hound. Okay. Gus, show us how it works. Why are we flying B-Wings wrong?
We are unworthy.
Right? Like, when I read that list, I 100% up until I read the word Hound, thought that was Warthog. To keep all these generic ships alive.
Yep.
Nope. All right. It's been working out for him, so we'll see how it goes. On the other side, this is your Bet One All champion. This is James Ellis flying a separatist list. This has Zam Wessel with Treacherous, Count Dooku, Thermal Detonators, False Transponder Codes, and Hull Upgrade. These are all pretty standard these days upgrades for the separatist fire spray there. Count Dooku is so good, being able to call out dice results by spinning the Force. Obviously, the Thermal Detonators, well, very popular new bomb upgrade on there. And Zam Wessel, we'll be talking most of the game about the secret condition cards. You should thank me, and you better mean business. Most of the time, we're going to see you should thank me for some free locks. But could see some bonus attacks coming in as well. With Zam, we got General Grievous, also with Treacherous, Impervium Plating, and Solus 1, exclusively bringing defensive upgrades because his pilot ability allows him offensive rerolls when you're outside the defender's firing arc. Super efficient there. He's really made a comeback. Or I don't think he ever went away, but he's really come around to these top lists in hyperspace, utilizing that good Initiative 4, decent action bar, and really just hanging out with Zam makes you look pretty good sometimes. And to fill out the list, we have at just 41 points, Bruber Krep, whose ability literally says nothing. It says words about calculates, but there's no calculating over here on this separatist team. So the main thing you're going to take away from this is the pinpoint tractor array. It can move its mobile arc by taking a tractor, and that will allow it to kind of barrel roll and boost around the board, has Predator for its 3-dice bullseye attack, and Treacherous as well. I really think people have slept on Treacherous for so long.
Yep.
Let me read it for you here, because we got about
one more round and we're about to get in
it. One more round here. So Treacherous says, while you defend, has a single charge as a note. And while you defend, you may choose a ship obstructing the attack and spend 1 charge. If you do, cancel the hit or crit result, and the ship you choose gains 1 strain token. And after a ship is destroyed at range 0 to 3, recover a charge. So initially we thought this was going to be like an Ender's Game kind of card where you'd put a bunch of vultures in front of your ship and you would give them strain for obstructing the attack. But we've come to find out that, like, look at this formation over here. Mm-hmm. Yellow and red have no choice but to shoot through. Oh man, Zam's getting in combat already.
That's okay, right. Zam, let's go.
Anyways, Treacherous is good, and I'm sure we'll see it come into play. Let's see what Zam's got here with that range 3 obstructed attack.
Here we go. First roll, 2 hits.
That was a Dooku'd the crit there.
And shrugs it off. No problem.
It's no big deal. As a note, so Count Dooku says, before a ship at range 0 to 2 rolls attack or defense dice, if all your 4 stars are active, which is they're always going to be, you can name a result, and if the dice roll does not contain the name result, the ship must change 1 die to that result. We're going to see Count Dooku triggering probably every round here. Offense, defense, thermal detonators, rocks, wounded pilots, all the crits that roll dice.
You know, Will, one of the things that some people are pointing out, there's still a lot of confusion, like why Hound? The more and more I'm looking at it, I'm thinking it might just be because of the initiative too. Like they have that flexibility in the squad to move. We talk about it often, and I know it is a fan favorite of Marcel, especially to have as many things at the same initiative as possible, to have that movement flexibility, because especially when you're in the scrum, which I mean a 6-ship list is going to get in the scrum, you have some interesting options in order to pull things apart and do some unexpected movement that your opponent might not be expecting.
No, I agree. And I mean, the Ark's a great value. I personally think the Loyalist Volunteer is a great value as well. 27 points for essentially the same chassis as a Baron. Granted, your dial's a bit different, and your linked action, instead of focus to barrel roll or boost, you have boost to lock. So that's significantly worse there. But the 3 agility and 2 health, or 2 hull, 2 shields is so defensive. If you can avoid taking the boost and barrel rolls and just focus up, they are notoriously hard to kill.
All right, now a couple people were asking about what does Hound do. I'll go ahead and see if we could pull that up for you guys. Trying to make it pretty so we have a nice layout here. All right, let's try this. Button didn't work. Here we go. So there's the game right there. We have the card right here. All right, so after a friendly small ship in your turret arc gains a deplete or strain token, if you have no tokens of that type, you may transfer that token to yourself. Honestly, I think this is one of those abilities, Will, where you don't play for the ability, right? They don't have any self-straining or self-depleting. It's if it happens, cool, I'm helping out my friends. But really, this is here for that initiative 2 and nothing else. Initiative 2 and a little bonus maybe.
Exactly. Yeah. Now I believe Gus here brought the gas clouds, so did have some synergy in his list and obstacles for that ability. Will we see a trigger? I don't know.
Well, one of the things, because of Treacherous being in this list could end up making it so that we actually do see Hound Trigger. Yep.
That's a good call. Very cool.
Hey, Dan Solo, thank you so much for extending their Tier 1 subscription through April. All right.
That's fantastic.
Grievous getting into it here.
Did we ever get a Judge Ruin? We got D with us today? Or we just got Daryl?
No, we got D. What's the question?
Not just Daryl, but just Daryl's a singular Daryl.
What was the question?
Oh, it's about when Treacherous is actually triggered. Is it in the modified dice result step? Is it in the neutralized result step? And now I can't spell the word treacherous to message D about it. Oh, there's an H in it. That's why. That makes sense. So you see Brewer kind of dipping off here, deciding not to joust there.
Yeah, Zam,
joust the V-Wings anyways.
Zam might take some damage here. She's in all the arcs at the moment. Yeah, this approach by James, a little bit risky. I would say, because it says while you defend, it would be just a modification, right? I'm pretty sure that's how that would work.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because that's a big difference of knowing.
It's different
because
than
you don't see what you rolled them, and you don't get to do it if they don't modify results. Then, like if they roll all blanks. You can't treacherous.
That's true. That's true. Maybe it's not. Why you defend? All right, actually, no. With the new, wait a second. With the new ruling for Hera, it's whenever you feel like it. It's literally whenever you feel like it. No, right? The Hera ruling is like when attacking or when your other person is attacking. There's some, I forget what her wording, but it's like anytime during this window, just go for it.
Just go for it, apparently.
Just do it.
I mean, maybe that's why I don't know when it triggers.
Yeah, because it's literally whenever you feel like it. All right, here we go.
D. Yoon said, it's a cancel effect, so neutralize is the appropriate window. But I'm sure we'll give an update on that.
All righty, here we go. Zam, Natty's there on the V-Wing. Shrugging it off, baby. Shrugging it off. Get the salt off the shoulders. Let's go. Range 1 from Grievous. Going into that same V-Wing right now, coming out clean. Can it do it after one more shot? Grievous not looking pretty right now. Only a single hit. This loyalist volunteer trying to bring some honor to the Republic. And every single one of those pilots matter. You know why, Will?
Why?
Because we are all the Republic. Ah, it takes the damage.
That's ominous.
All righty. So takes a damage there. First shield. Honestly, one shield in that exchange for the loyalist volunteer. Not a bad exchange.
Ooh, yeah. You look pretty good out there when you're netting in 3 evades against a highly modified fire spray shooting at you. You look pretty good. And that's what I was saying about these V-Wings. The 2 shields and the 3 agility really prolong their life significantly. You no longer like clenching at hit crit coming through.
All right. Okay, so going at Zam here from the back rank. 1 hit. At range 2. Checking for fire convergence, and it looks like Zam was in range, so fire convergence will be active. Hit crit. Natty's, baby. So 1 of 2 charges spent on the reroll. Next attack coming in, range 1 going into Grievous. I was the target priority here was interesting. Just kind of throwing that attack without considering. I mean, we'll see how it ends up shaking out here. Hit crit though into Grievous. Grievous spends the focus. Just seems a little inefficient to fire one ship at Zam and the rest at Grievous. I think it probably would have been better to fire the ones at Grievous first.
Wait, what was the card under Zam?
That's probably you should thank me. All right, hit crit going into Grievous. Grievous does have Impervium plating. It is a ship crit. It gets tossed away.
Mm-hmm. Yep, before you would be dealt a ship damage card, you spend 1 of 2 charges to discard it. Now we have the Zam charge.
Yep, recovers 1 charge, up to 3 at the moment.
They remembered.
Range 2 going at Grievous.
Oh, so this is not. None of these have been obstructed. Maybe that was the reasoning for it, is they wouldn't have activated Treacherous.
I mean,
he was shooting around the other V-wings.
Yeah, but these volunteers move first, and you got Hound available. So Treacherous. Well, these are 2 hits going into Grievous, by the way. He's down to, what is that now? 5, 3. 3.
I believe he's halved.
Half points given up. And here comes Hound. Probably takes that same shot, range 3.
Yeah, everybody on General Grievous here.
Natties. And the ARC 170 will only probably have Brewer Kret or Zam. Take it on Brewer.
I mean, yeah, it's the same amount of dice with less health.
Looking for the upside here. Maybe get some half points early. 2 hits.
Convergence?
Yep.
Yeah, he doesn't have a token. Who does not convert.
And not getting anything there. There's half points, right?
Yeah.
Early there. Yeah, I mean, I see
V-wing coming in, huh?
Yeah, I see some people trying to find a reason for the V-wing firing at Zam, and I'm going to call it a misplay. I'm going to call it a misplay, even though Konstantine, ends up in this engagement. I think he left a little bit on the table, because if those 2 hits would have been at Grievous, he might be dead. Might be dead, or at one haul. Maybe you being able to clear one of the Impervium, the second Impervium charge. There's a couple of different situations there.
Yeah, actually, I like that analysis, Sub Hedgehog. So, James here, put down these gas clouds, this gas cloud wall, to get them away from the engagements. But then it funneled his ships directly into the jousting as the jousting block here approached the asteroids. Now, normally I can see what he was trying to do. He was trying to get Grievous around to the outside, but I would have almost had Zam, instead of cut through the middle, come down around and try to pull away the 104th Battalion and Hound. Because now, he's got three of the most maneuverable ships for Separatist, and they're all within range 1 of each other. So it became so easy for the Republic to track where he was going, because they were all flying so close to each other. And now it's blocking time.
It's blocking time. Yep,
yeah,
those V-wings have a lot of room to work with there. They have hard turns. A lot of people call them essentially Republic TIE fighters. They do move very similarly. Got a couple of different maneuvers.
They're more like A-wings or interceptors with that hard 2, and not having the hard 2 blue, and not having the 1 banks. I don't know, they have 1 banks, but they're red.
So they're not there.
Yeah, they're not there.
Oh, emergency only. Emergency use only.
Yeah, it would be like, to like not hit a rock or something and like still find a good lane. They do have the Astromech slot, but because they already have hard 2 blues, nobody really puts the R4 Astromech on them. The one that would reduce the difficulties.
Mm-hmm.
Because why do you care about your 1 bank white when you could just hard 2 instead, or hard 1? But we'll see. I think they're just gonna take up a lot of space here in front of the Separatists. Grievous might be able to sloop, but wow, is that a bit risky here at low health? Now Zamhead does have an out here, has that lane to the left to utilize the rear arc. I've been reading so much chat names, and now I forgot who we were talking to, who wanted to fly it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But the main strength of the fire spray is utilizing that rear arc. That's why you have bombs. You want people to chase Zam around so they can drop bombs, shoot the rear arc, and get the bonus attacks from that. The other 2 ships should normally be flanking on the sides.
This is the really aggressive position by these V-wings. Sorry, I was taking care of a. All right, well that's a block.
Yeah, there's that 3 sloop that just barely didn't fit past that hard one from the yellow. That's what I was concerned about. I was not thinking that would work, and now bumped into green instead of blue. So blue's got a beautiful range 1 shot on General Grievous there. Zam came in instead of going out. Very surprising here.
Triple blocks.
And Brewer Crack comes in for the block 2. Hound 1 banked and rotated.
Hound did a rotate action.
Mm-hmm. So all of the Separatists crashing in here. I mean,
so one of the good things, at least for James right now, is there is no single ship of his where they can be completely focus fired. Zam is probably in the most amount of trouble because there are 4 to 5 potential shots coming her way, but you can't get all of them.
All right, so that was the pinpoint tractor array that you don't have to fully execute. Your maneuver, and it says after you. It says you cannot rotate your turret arc to the rear. It's not how those ships operate. And after you execute a maneuver, you may gain 1 tractor token to perform a rotate action. So ran into the 104th, took the tractor to barrel roll him off of him to get a shot onto what looks like the Loyalist Volunteer.
I mean, he traded 1 shot for another because, well, we'll see here.
Yeah, because he did put himself in the rear arc now of the 104th. Yeah. But maybe that's trying to draw the 3 dice gun away.
That's true. Natty's out there.
Yeah, the V-Wings are just going to keep rolling at 3 agility. And that's the conundrum I'm starting to see with this list is, do you want to shoot at my cheap 3 agility ships, or do you want to shoot at my more expensive 10 health ships?
Mm-hmm.
Your choice.
The chonkies.
All right, well, you want to go chonk or you want to go high agility?
If let's see, I'm curious to know what Zam card got put down. I think because you have at least 2 charges, I definitely would have probably put down You Better Mean Business in order to guarantee the bonus attack, especially with so many potential shots, arcs being pointed towards you this turn. But we'll find out. Roll some hot fire.
There you go.
3 hits and a crit. I mean, you could potentially clear one of these with a blank out. But Natties, that's going to be a single shield.
Natties.
Which one was it?
I think it was blue.
Ooh.
Went for a yellow.
Okay. All right. Man.
Wow. Natties in the chat for that. Those 2 sets of natural evades, I think, just push these V-Wings over the limit on what they're normally capable of.
It's called value, fam. It's called value.
Again, that value. JD Bestis. Getting that Prime subscription. Thank you for the last 19 months with us.
hit and 2 crits going in to what is probably the yellow V-Wing as well.
Yeah, because Grievous is getting the his outmaneuver-esque ability to reroll.
Has to spend the focus not to die. What's the crit? It is a fuel leak. That's essentially blank. All right, with no other shots coming in, that yellow V-Wing able to survive. Let's see where they end up going here. I'm really curious.
Yeah, it turns out you don't need Warthog if your ships just don't die. That was 4 natties on 3 natties, so like the expected damage is like 1 to 2 anyways. So like the dice seemed crazy, but like the results aren't that crazy. I'm so concerned about Brewer Kret just barrel rolling into the rear arc of the 104th Battalion. That's a bold decision, all I'm saying.
It's going yellow into Brewer Kret. Doesn't get anything there.
Yeah, I wonder if he's checking the fire conversions. No.
He's going to go now rear arc. Looks like the focus...
this is... Like, at 41 points, Brewer Kret's job is just to draw fire away from Zam, in my opinion.
Spends a focus for 3.
Gonna need a lot of results here, and doesn't get any.
I mean, so he's a 41-point quadruple hull upgrade that shoots back.
I mean, pretty much. I mean, Brewer Kret's still like I-5 with like repositions and a turret. You know what I mean? Like, if you let him fly around, he can put out the hurt.
All right, now V-Wings are up.
No. Yeah, I think you need this raw offense just to get into Zam. Has a focus. Gonna convergence.
Yep. He has 1 charge left. There it is. Reroll the blank, and was able to get a crit. No value on the crit right now, except the fact that it is a result, and able to get a shield only. The Zam card
flipped.
Do you
treacherous onto... Oh, you can't give Grievous the strain, can you? I'm double checking those treacherous lines. He's looking at it. No, it's only through Grievous's, not through the green volunteer.
Yep.
But who's shooting at Grievous? That ship was. The 104th already shot. Yep, so we'll see the treacherous trigger here. And D just told me that it is in the... Because it's cancel, it is in the neutralize result step, similar to crack shot. If it would have said spend a result, that would have been in the dice modification step, because spend is a dice modification.
This is You Better Mean Business. Bonus attack for 2 hits and 2 crits from Zam, and blank out.
There we go.
That's a dead V-Wing just taken off the table.
Wow.
The power of bonus attacks, but namely the power of natties.
Natties. I'm pretty sure Zam just nattied 8 for 8 there, so he's trying to make up for the double natty triple evades that he shot into. Did James just get 11 hits and 12 red dice unmodified?
That'd be correct.
No, he Grievous rerolled some, I thought.
You're right. But Zam did get 8 out of 8. That happened.
Yeah, Zam went 8 out of 8. So, rerolled 1. That's fair. Okay, I mean,
luck is simply...
Let's pull up the dice stats.
Zam is simply a resource that you can... Oh, man. Never mind. Here we go. Next shot. This is...
This is Hound to...
They probably
Grievous.
Yeah.
This is the last shot here. Does not have a focus token.
No, it does. It does.
No, that's rotate. That's...
Wait, how does he have a focus?
Yeah, rotate action. That's the Arc's focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely did a rotate action. 100%.
Agreed. All right, cool. They took the card back. Some people asking why didn't he shoot the V-Wing into Grievous, the blue V-Wing? He could have been still alive. I mean, I agree with you. I think that was a potential missed opportunity there, because you do have the threat from Zam that she can bonus attack at any time. Mind you, she could have, right, while it's unlikely, I think there was a good chance that there was going to be arcs pointed at her, which is why You Better Mean Business goes down. But you can't always guarantee what that card's going to be, because he could have shot you with You Should Thank Me if Gus had decided not to fire on Zam. So there's that little bit of catch-22. You don't really know. Yep.
That mind play. That's why Zam's both terrible, because it could never trigger, or amazing, because it triggers all the time.
Yeah, Zam crew is a little more, I feel a little more obvious what the pattern is versus pilot.
Oh yeah, because you always You Should Thank Me. Mm-hmm. And tell your opponent that too, so they don't shoot at that ship, and you're like, all right, whatever.
Yep.
It's a total mind game. I love it.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, it's You Should Thank Me, You Should Thank Me, You Better Mean Business. You should thank me, You should thank me, You Better Mean Business. Like that is the pattern that you'll see on crew. Very rarely. And it's those big brain moments where you could switch it out and have the 2 charges and have if you really think they won't shoot your Zam carrier, but it's all game situational. All right, so with that exchange, James able to trade Brewer. People were correcting me. Burwer Kret. Burwer. I think Brewer is better.
Oh, because it's BER, not BRE.
Yeah, I have getting it flipped.
I mean, that's fair.
41 to 69 right now, because half of Grievous and of course all of Kret. But I think that trade is interesting. We're going to see the positioning on the V-Wings, at least for the next couple turns, is going to be a little bit strange. And Zam has that advantage we were talking about earlier, Will. He's got the back arc. There's some work about to be done by the fire spray chassis right now. Watch out. That back arc does some work.
Yeah, I'm double checking here. I'm not as familiar with the V-Wings K turns. I think they have 2 and 4 sloop. Yep, 2 and 4. Yeah, 4 sloop. 2 and 4 K turn here. So in a bit of an awkward spot. What do you do? Really committed in towards Brewer and Zam.
Now, as we continue the analysis of this game, hopefully you guys are enjoying yourself, but I want to remind you that this round and all of our rounds this weekend were brought to you by Curl Paw Creatives. Use that coupon code RECRUIT21 for 21% off. Exclamation point CPC in the chat for the direct link to the store. Where are you going? I mean, I almost feel like with Zam, you could just kind of one forward and figure it out. Like, I know that sounds, because bumping with a fire spray isn't a bad thing if things are jumping behind you.
I mean, why not just R2 out? Because you're heading into the corner.
The corner and the cloud.
Yeah. Really kind of locking in that space then. But then you drop a bunch of bombs on your way towards that corner, though.
That's true. The question is, can you get out? Can you get out of the corner before you get converged on by the rest of the ships? Which, I mean, without red would likely end. The red V-Wing would likely end up hitting the rock. All right. Well, looks like Gus planned for this a little bit. Big sweeping bank maneuver with the yellow V-Wing, getting it out of the way. It is at 1 health. Trying to hold on to those points.
Oh, they didn't. They
jumped the gun.
Gus excited to move his ships when they said players are like, must have been like, yeah, I'm set with my dials. And then he moves the viewing. He's like, yeah, but I also have like a bunch of system phases here. So we're going to see some Zam card chosen and then 2 thermal detonators dropped. I wonder if he's anticipating green skipping over him.
Yep, that's
with like a hard 3 or 3 bank.
That is a big commit, dropping 2 of them. K-turn from the Arc 170. This one hard narrowly avoids the rock. So it looks like this is definitely a reset turn, set up for the joust and kind of retreat a little bit with the V-wings.
Yeah, and green didn't have to move. He just sat there. Hound moves up and blocks, or gets bumped, rather. But it has, the arc placed in the right way.
Oh, Grievous did not bump there, but is sitting range 1 of the Arc 170 arc and in the side arc of the LAT. Of course, like we just stated, the LAT does not have any action, so that shot isn't as dangerous. Still 3 dice, though.
So if you barrel roll, you lose your shot here. How much is that worth it to you? Because you have the fire convergence, so the 104th arc there does have 4 dice, 2 rerolls, but gonna have to shoot. Zam blocked here.
Oh, she's gonna get hit by
a 2 bank. Hit by her own bombs.
Yeah, both of them. A range 1 is 2.5 base lengths. So that tells you that both of them are going to hit.
Did not work out. That gamble to drop the bombs there. Well, I wonder if we'll see a Dooku charge on the second one to confirm the blanker. I mean, Zam's at full shields, right?
I think so. A couple people are saying that she should have lost 1 shield. I don't remember where she lost the shield.
I thought she had lost 1 too, but it was flipped back up. I'll ask the players about it.
Yeah, just double check. It may have been accidentally flipped when flipping other charges.
Yeah, I mean, if it was right next to the force token or something.
Oh, treacherous canceled it out. So there was no damage.
There was the damage put through, canceled by treacherous. Yeah.
Yep.
Smart.
We were right.
That's right, because he took the shield and then went to go measure if he wanted to take the strain on Grievous or not.
Yep, exactly that. The treacherous.
Okay. So got distracted there. What was the second dice throw? I think he just Dooku'd it. No, he just got nothing. Well, that's lucky. Wasted half your bomb charges. But
I mean, you paid there. Or did you just pay 2 charges to not take any damage? You know what? It's all about perspective, Will.
That's true.
All right.
Yeah, I paid spent half his bombs to show the enemy he was willing to bomb himself. I'm crazy. I just want to let you know that.
You don't know me. All right, this is going to be range 1 shot from Zam into the Arc 170. Looks like we had 1 die out of the box. Here's a reroll. And 2 hits.
Oh, that was a Dooku'd the crit there.
Nice. All right. Offensive move there. And it looks like that Arc 170 is going to be losing 3. Shield, a hit, and a crit. What is in the box? Let's find out. What do we get?
Weapons failure. Oh, Grievous. Big sigh of relief hearing that. No, it doesn't have to contend with the 4 dice and attack with 2 rerolls.
Yep, 4 dice shot here into the yellow loyalist. Remember, he does have rerolls on offense. Is he willing to
reroll it?
Yeah, I would reroll it instead of
Don't spin that focus. Not worth it.
He's like, but the guarantee. But the guarantee.
I know. I would normally guarantee, but you could lose Grievous here. He's going for it.
Spent it.
I mean, I'm not willing to trade half a viewing for half a Grievous. Blank out, anyways.
All right. Well, Yellow said, you know what, I'm going to make you feel bad about spending that focus. But remember, Grievous does have rerolls on both the incoming attacks from the Arc 170 and the LAT on his defense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is the Solus 1. While you defend, if the attacker is outside your firing arc, you may reroll a defensive die. With 3 hull, Pervium plating, and the Solus 1 reroll, the expected damage is still about 2, though. Like, he's still cutting it pretty close without that focus.
All right, this will be only 3 dice at range 1 because of the weapons failure. And the K turn there, getting them. No focus available, but we do have the LATs. Fire Convergence here might end up being relevant. Got 2 hits. 2 dice from Grievous. He can reroll 1. And he is not able to push through another damage.
Wow.
Denied.
All right, that's the LAT. He's checking on Grievous's overall health here. And the V-Wings, I think it just, man, ever since they hard-won in, they've just been slightly out of the engagement. Really not able to take their shots.
LAT at range 1, hit crit looking at Grievous. Another reroll.
Do it again, Grievous.
And does it again!
Wow. Wow, Grievous. Okay. Grievous trying to make a name for himself out here.
Man. Well, that's one way to do it. Half the V-Wing squadron is out of here. Maui
said, Grievous is like 80% of Scum Boba for 50% of the price. You're not wrong. He does get rerolls just everywhere. Have you and Will ever seen any variants of James's list with something else other than Burrer? Or does nothing else fit? We've actually seen quite a bit of good options in that third slot. We've seen a single Tri-Fighter. We've seen 404 and the Hyena. We've seen I think a Geonosian prototype, or no, it might have been an Oppressor.
I think they went. They went to one of the generics to get a couple extra points.
No, Oppressor is the one.
Oh, the HMP, the HMP. Yes,
exactly. But yeah, we've seen Backdroid drones as well. So like pretty much any like 40 to 50 point ship can fit into that slot. And Separatists actually have a lot of options for that.
Alrighty.
I think we've even seen Sun Fak thrown in there as well. If you want to get the I6 instead of the I6 with the blank ability instead of the I4 or I5 with the blank ability. So yeah, Turtek is the I4. So
Zam charges is at 1. A couple people asking. Zam charges are at 1.
Didn't get shot at this round. And definitely had the free target lock and charge please card.
A couple people saying they're trying 2 drones with energy missiles. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of different things you can put in there. What it's going to affect? Like this version of the list is it has a very triple aces feel to it, right? And I would say that your 2 drones with energy missiles is going to fly a little bit different. I think Zam is going to do her same thing, but I think the interaction between Grievous and those vultures could have some different play options.
Yeah, and I think we even saw, we spent a bit of it on the podcast when a list with 3, really stripped down list had 3 vultures filling in that third slot. You had to find 19 more points in your list, which is basically all your upgrades on Zam. But they performed pretty good as well.
Someone asking in the chat, can you increase the bet limits? So the maximum default is 10,000, but honestly, I probably wouldn't raise it much more than that in order to make the Choose Your Champion seasons last longer. Because if somebody ends up with 40,000 points and they bet it all, they go all in with everything, then it's harder for people at the lower end to catch up. So that's why I would just keep it there. But anyway, by the way, it's a race to 500K. You can type exclamation point, I think top 10 to see who's in the top 10 right now.
Yeah, it looks like we did have that V-Wing go over the rock and lose a shield. Grievous was able to sloop in, and is going to either have a good shot on that or red. The arc kept the stress and was positioning the rear arc here. And I think he was trying to block the sloop, but Grievous slooped the opposite direction. No, I wouldn't have blocked the sloop.
All right, back arc time. Here we go. 3 on 4, 1 hit.
Runs on top of our leaderboard right now.
After the spending the target lock, only ends up with a focus result to mod. Does have a focus.
Awfully quiet, Dion. Did I lose you?
Uh-oh. Check 1, 2. Ah. All right. Well, I'm not sure. Okay, are we here? I don't know what's going on. Will?
I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was. I can hear you now. Hear me? Hello?
I can hear you. Hi. How are you?
I don't know what that was, but I was keeping track of the action because red? No, that was blue who hit the rock. Just died. Or green.
Green, yeah.
That I knew what was going on, and then named all colors.
Yeah. Sounds like Jonah's computer just crashed. So overlay will be delayed just a little bit. So there's an extra little bit of points on James' side there. Extra 13 points scored with that. Bretness37 calling for a 1,400 point stimulus package in the chat. Unfortunately, I have no way to regulate who gets them and who doesn't. That's either all or everybody, or I have to go each individual person, and ain't nobody got time for that. So
I will reserve my commentary on what you're talking about, Neil. We'll just move right past that without getting into deep political discussion.
Yep.
This is a 2 dice rear arc attack.
Alrighty, 1 crit. 1 evade. Now these attacks starting to hit like paper.
Yeah, quite the turnaround here. We saw an amazing engagement from the Republic here, being able to shrug off a lot of attacks, get some good focused fire. But amongst that scrum around that big rock in the center of the board, the V-Wings lost track of their targets.
Mm-hmm.
And both Grievous and Zam are starting to slip away from what is now a diminished force. Red hasn't been able to shoot in a couple rounds. The arc is stressed and shooting only its 2 dice gun. And the LAT also restricted to its 2 dice turret as well. I mean, really the oomph of the swarm is gone now. And it's just going to be like Zam's at full health, right? So go take a victory lap and let Grievous just clean up what he can in the meantime.
So a quick rundown of who's in the top 10 right now of our Choose Your Champion race. We got Runs at 307K, Grizzly 971 at 280, Tycho 1707 at 268, Mazerum at 266, Felsepto 216, Lambolo at 200,000. Montana Robcat at 196,000, Typo X-Wing at 179, and Northwest Vader at 176, and Rishka 13 at 167. That's your top 10 right now. Next reset happens at the end of Season 2, which again, the race to 500,000 points. Our Season 1 winner got a special Season 1 t-shirt and mug sent to them, customized for them. It was fun.
That's super cool. I am always impressed that you guys are not only able to accumulate points, but keep them. I bet wrong all the time and constantly are wasting 10,000 points.
How do you bank points to roll them over to the next stream? They're just here. It's connected to your username. So as long as you're here, I will say, if you're active in the chat, which means typing something every at least 15 minutes, you get double points per every 15 minutes. I believe is the timer. Actually, can go look at the exact metrics here in a minute. But we got this V-Wing flipping around saying, "Come at me, Grievous. Come at me." Yep. So the points per interval is in minutes. Every 20 minutes, excuse me. Every 20 minutes is when we pay out extra points. Payouts to live users, meaning people who are talking, is 50 points. 50 who are active is 50. Just watching is 20. And then event, every time you follow, you get 20. On your first sub for the month is 100. And that's it. That's how you get it. And it's when you subscribe. It doesn't count for, you don't get bonus for, for buying subs for somebody else. There's no pay to win mechanics here. Alrighty. Here we go.
So it sounds like that's your 20-minute timer.
Yep.
Get your points. All right. So this was a big OK turn from Zam. Trying to get some shots on Hound. I believe that was a target lock from the Yabetamine business. Or no, as You Should Thank Me last round. Mm-hmm. The condition card.
And hit crit rolled by Zam. No evades. And what crit did we end up on this a loose stabilizer, forcing it to go straight next turn. I mean, looking at its current
health, I guess. But...
yeah. It doesn't hurt you too much next turn. You were going to probably go straight anyway. Maybe you were turning to the left onto the cloud to try to throw a block. Here's Grievous. Oh, one hit, one crit.
Probably going at the V-Wing, I imagine. Oh, no, it's 3 dice, so going at the arc. They're checking its rear arc there for reroll. And are you committed?
Follow your heart.
Doing so. Follow your heart. Double checking General Grievous's ability. Yeah, probably just leave it. Like, there's no unmodified shock coming in.
Yeah. One crit going through. And we got a stunned pilot for the Arc 170.
Yeah, luckily, no obstacles around. So I am concerned that Arc can't 4K in that position.
Range one
from the V1.
One hit, one crit.
Oh, we're on sync now, deal.
And just the crit gets through. Still has an impervium plating card, and that's a whole breach.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Don't need that.
That's a second charge used. Now the plating is being used up, so we're going straight into the hole next time. But I'm telling you, that impervium plating can be money. And if you haven't checked which cards are ship cards, the answer is a lot of them. Namely, the most popular
8.
one. Yeah, it's quite
There's
a few.
8 that aren't. In a 33-card deck.
Yep.
I don't know. Someone with better math than me could probably figure out. Let me take off my shoes here for a second. 25. 25 shift crits in the whole deck. That's a good amount.
All right. You did do 1 shield damage to Zam, but now you better mean business because she's firing right back at you. Hit, crit is the roll. And all 3 of those are going through. We're going to get half points now on the lat. Hit, and the crit is a damaged engine. You can't.
Well, you have to go straight, and you can't turn. So,
yep.
Limited options. Yeah, I mean, I will say this much. James had a lot of Death Stars, if you will. Packing a lot of Death Stars to go in and just crash into the joust of this Republic Swarm. But he got away with it pretty good. Even after those viewings just triple natty in there. For a couple of those evasions. But really making good work of it. Now, I will say that some of that is with Gus and the V-Wings having limited time on target after that initial joust. Why are people asking about my toes? What? Because I made the joke.
Yeah, because you're
taking off my
counting.
shoes to count.
Yeah.
Well, it was a fun joke.
It's fun. I mean, I don't know if you ever plan on being a parent, Will, but you're ready. Your joke game is set.
Well, thank you.
Dad joke level 100. All righty. Let's go. I mean, what's the path to victory here for the Republic? They are down almost 60 points. I mean, you basically gotta take out Zam. Is that the win condition?
Yeah, you need to. The V-Wing and the Arc need to take out Grievous like this round or next before Zam kills Hound. Mm-hmm. So then, hopefully, you can go Red and the Arc 2-on-1 versus Zam, and hopefully his overconfidence will be his downfall and will fly right into your Arcs, and you can do damage to him.
One straight, just trying to get the.
Yeah, because I didn't think the K-timer would fit.
Yeah.
Either.
Using that back arc.
Has the hard turn available? I assume. I would hope so.
Going for the barrel roll. This might be trying to block the hard 3, maybe.
They don't have a hard 3, but they do have a hard 2.
Ah, yes. And takes the loose stabilizer damage. And it's a red maneuver.
And a gas cloud. He's just not going good for that lap.
Nope. That's 3 health left. Doesn't take any extra effects.
Yeah, Dark WE. Dark Wee. That was my same thought. I was like, I wouldn't even bother. I would send General Grievous to go just regroup. But he turns in, and the V-Wing gets the block. And the Hound gets the block on Zam. Republic
takes a stress.
doing what he needs to do. You have a potential 3-dice attack into Grievous without him having any modifications. This is your chance.
Pop Grievous, and then everybody go converge on Zam. We have a plan. Now execute.
Range 2. So I only have 2 dice at Grievous, but guess what? Oh, I guess you do need 3. I was going to say you only need 2, but I was wrong.
Yep. Grievous whiffs on the attack.
General Boba Light. He doesn't have any rerolls. Well, he is range 2, so.
Yep. Range 2, 2 dice. Looking for maybe some crits. No, got 2 hits, though. And he's taking only 1.
No, he's taking 0. That's a treacherous trigger.
Treacherous. Oh, my. I keep forgetting about
so
treacherous.
Good. It's so good. Every time a ship tries to block you, treacherous. They want to fly in formation, treacherous.
Time for me to bring. Oh man, treacherous. How many points is it at right now?
Like 2, maybe 1. It's pretty cheap.
It's pretty cheap. It's quite good. Just that being able to cancel that effect is great, and then deal out the strain.
Yeah, it works so much better on the enemies than your own friendlies.
I got target lock. How did we all sleep on treacherous for like a year? Honestly, because we were trying to strain our own ships. I think is what it came down to.
My turn down for Watt had treacherous in it. Back when I couldn't put Soulless one into my list, so I needed something for defense. But I was flying behind 6 vultures though. I was playing it like
right. That's what I'm saying. Is we were trying to strain and like our own ships in order to like instead of thinking about it as the enemy. And it turns out we were flying it wrong the whole time.
Yeah, it turns out. Well, especially in a swarm heavy meta, like it triggers pretty easily because there's always that dude who's got to shoot through the rest of the swarm in front of them, right? And I just like it that it's guaranteed. It's not a dice result. It's just, is someone in the way or not?
And as this game starts to wind down, I want to remind everybody, if you have Twitch Prime out there, you can use your Twitch Prime sub to Gold Squadron for free every 30 days. You do got to click it manually, but once you have it set up, all you got to do is click that subscribe button, head down to the subscribe free with Twitch Gaming, and you'll be good to go. Thank you to everybody who has done it. We really appreciate you, and thank you so much.
All right, this is an interesting question from JW4 saying, how do I interpret doing worse yesterday than in the qualifier? People who came to this championship have certainly prepared quite a bit, been probably flying the same list for a bit. So, I mean, that depends on, evaluate yourself just to make sure that, you were confident. Did you bring a list that you put together last night versus a practiced one? But also, like, it is a dice game. Like, sometimes dice just don't go your way.
This is true. Additionally, there's the RNG based in the matchups, right? If you got completely different matchups than what you were expecting or what you got before, and then there's also the idea of strength of schedule. Like, you may have just played on average better players than before, or players that were performing better today than the players that you played on the last one. Like, there's a lot of variance in there. Oh, the Grievous sloop! Look at that! Put him in the pocket. That's a range 1 shot. That's beautiful. That's gorgeous.
Barrel roll. last round. All right, so there's a question about. I'm pretty sure V-wings have red barrel rolls. So I wonder if they're gonna correct that or not.
Yes.
He did a 2K, and he probably needs to do a 2 forward. But anyways, going back to we'll give them a moment to assess that situation. But I'll say to JW4 that the people that you see, except for like Nicholas God and Fan Long again, who are just literal gods of X-Wing. I would say all the other players that you see in these top cuts and like doing well, winning tournaments and things, you just don't see all the tournaments where they go 0-2 drop or 3-3 and things like that. Like It is a shotgun style of if you just play in every tournament.
Yep.
You'll have at least one of those tournaments. Everything will go good, right? So
this is true.
I would say the people that do well a lot are playing in a lot of tournaments. So eventually the numbers just work out. But it is an interesting. It is an interesting topic that I actually did want to go through. I wanted to actually get some feedback from the recruits to see how their experiences went between the qualifier and the championship. So I think there's a lot of information to learn from how, like, say, an ace kind of casually just comes up and says, oh, I'll play 6 games with the list I've been playing for a year or whatever.
Yeah.
Versus someone who's new to the tournament scene or newer anyways. And, what kind of their thought process was on it. All right, but it looks like they restarted the timer. Remembered that V-Wings do have red barrel rolls. So that ship was stressed. Thank you for who caught that first in the chat. Gypsy Gambit. I haven't seen you in chat, but you got eyes like an eagle there. Mm-hmm. Good call.
Pew. Get those bonus points, extra 50 for being active right there. All right, range 1 from Zam. Oh my goodness, these natties. I think if I'm James, I'm just like, go buy a lottery ticket, fam, because you just rolling natties all over the place.
You're doing good. Doing good.
All righty. Oh, I got target locked. I'm 100% aware of the meme. I'm making a joke just because Chris hasn't been around. That was my joke. Sorry. I layered my joke on top of your joke.
No, they're too busy playing video games instead of whatever this is. Yeah. This was
hit.
Rerolled.
Yep, hit crit into the red loyalist, and that's the
that was
with the blank out
strain. Yep. The evader was out of the box.
And a console fire. We could see this ship dead right now.
Yeah, I was busy talking about talking to the chat, and General Grievous just slotted right in there between those two ships.
Console fire, here we go. And he's safe.
All right, for now. I mean, he's on the board. They have a hard 2 blue, so not a big deal. Grievous is stressed, so obviously he's not able to pursue. But with Hound going down, Zam is ready to re-engage now after clearing the stress and flying over the gas cloud. I mean, 4 forward with Zam. Grievous go. So it's Grievous going to take the victory lap for a bit and send almost full health Zam in to do cleanup. Isofan
Woo woo.
Gifted a total of 1,111 gifts to the channel. Wanted to get that 1.
Beautiful. Perfectly balanced.
We love you guys, so Fang.
Amen. I mean that's not gonna. He's either gonna do one of two things. He's got two choices at this point.
Freaky's coming in here with an announcement. I think the players just realized that they can easily communicate to us with the chat log. So he's attempting to flee. This is Freaky, our blue player here. Gus.
He's gonna fly off the board.
I bet the arc can make it off the top edge before he gets killed. Okay.
Yeah, he wants to go all the way across the board to flee.
I mean, hey, sometimes you create your own win conditions.
That's right. You can't catch me unless I let you.
Yeah, it was like, well, I can't win your win conditions. I'm making my own. And that's, I'll give it to him, man. Having fun is why we're here. You shouldn't be. I think that's a topic we need to cover on the podcast one day. Of just like, it's like, don't feel pressured into finishing games that you're not going to have fun with.
Yep.
That like 20-minute slog. We're just like,
Yep.
what am I even doing in this game anymore?
Agreed.
But that's a good way to find your fun, get a win condition, say like, as long as I get one more point set, like, well, let's go kill that one ship that's been frustrating us the whole game and get that vengeance.
And here's a range 3 shot. Zam was able to get in range. All right, so if we are on Team Gus and we're trying to get his arc off the board before it dies, if he survives this shot, you gotta throw the V-wing in there for a block. You gotta get him in there. Oh no! Oh no! Natties, we need natties. Oh.
One on the box.
Come on, we need
Got
paint.
the focus.
Didn't live.
So 2 crits. No, 2 crits. He survives it. He's only got 3. No, a pile of 3 and a crit. Yeah, he did.
All right, there it is.
And Hull Breach. In that order. The other order is real bad. All right, V-Wing didn't fix its console fire. So that might be game here. I don't know. We got a single roll to find out if this game's going to play another round or not.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he knows. Gus knows.
Console fire.
I'm glad.
Oh, he lives.
Crit doesn't do it.
He
doesn't
lives.
Do it. I will say, I'm glad Gus is having fun. He's still engaged. Having fun. I mean, there's 3 minutes left. 3. It's gonna be hard to blank out with Dooku.
Come on, little V-wing. I believe in it. No, I believe in it. The planet, you flip the table. You gotta not flip the table, like literally flip the table. You gotta get a Zam block, get behind him, and go off of the right side edge. That's the plan. If you're trying to flee,
no,
dude, does it?
You turn in and try to kill that Grievous. Go get the moral victory.
Okay, I feel you.
I mean, if Zam was spinning the Dooku on offense, you could take him down in
5 straight. He's going for that same edge. This is my edge.
I'm getting out of here.
And he's not even flipping the console. He's like, no, I'll take it to focus.
I mean, he's probably better off. Like, because they don't know if you died yet. They got to shoot at you before the console. Why did he just turn left?
Because that's less fun.
It's less fun. Oh, Dooku the console fire? Oh, Jules, that's great. Oh, I hope he does. Oh, get that Grievous out there.
He's in range.
Yeah, he's reaching for the Dooku. Oh, kills him with the
Dooku force chokes the pilot to end the game. Yep, that is the game. Congratulations, James, getting the victory there. 200-269. Nice. All right. So we'll pick the winner. I've paid out the points, so you guys